Vegas Wild, and we have the general manager of the Seattle Supersonics here with us right now. Richie, tell us, what's your scouting strategy? Do you have any sleepers you have in mind? What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to tell you right now. Give you away my picks.
See, that's I was trying to
I
get it
will
out of you
say,
early, trying to see.
I will say
Uh,
one thing though. Out of respect for you, I won't draft Cam Thomas.
all right. Well,
I won't draft Cam
anyway,
Thomas.
well, that just basically kind of skips the point of me being Vegas, and I automatically win the first pick.
Yeah, you are Vegas.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the Las Vegas Wild. I had,
Makes sense.
I definitely had a lot of things to go for. A lot of names, a lot of mascots I could have did. Um, which brings us to other podcasts who have done expansion drafts. So Bill Simmons and Ryan Russillo, you know, Seattle always keeps their name. That's the theme here. They're always the Seattle Supersonics, but when you have Vegas, you got to make your own thing. So Ryan Russillo picked the Las Vegas Regrets. Gotta love it. It's freaking hilarious. Um, and then with the Down the Dunk pod, they went with Ohio teams, and I guess there's a city in Ohio named Peepee or something. It's like a Native American thing. Not too
Mhm.
sure. I think that's what it is. They were trying to explain it, and it was ridiculous. So they were going to be the PP Sleepies if this was an expansion team, and they got to name their own team. I didn't pick this. This is Down the Dunk with
Sounds
Andrew
wild.
Schlecht and them. And then the Guyman Guys, which I believe Guyman is another city somewhere. I think maybe in Ohio too. I don't know where the hell it is. But they picked theirs. Then Seattle Supersonics with Sam Vecini, and then Coach Spins called it the Las Vegas Flush, which I thought was cool. It's still playing on the card games, the Vegas, the theme, and
Yeah.
that's kind of what I went with. I did the Vegas Wild, and I kept it kind of gold. Will be the Aces colorway, but you see like a wild card, Deuces Wild, going wild in Vegas. I just
All right.
think it all kind of comes together, and that's the name that I picked for my Las Vegas basketball team.
Okay.
Pretty proud of it. You like it, Vegas Wild?
I like it. I like it.
All right, thank you, thank you. So, you know what? We're just gonna start this draft off nice and early,
We
and with
didn't.
the first overall pick. I don't know how the draft noise is. I wish we could have added that, but I don't know. We got the broke StreamYard.
Did
Cam
we?
Thomas.
Cam Thomas. So you had the first overall pick. I didn't even know.
I told you I'm Vegas.
You Vegas. All right.
I'm Vegas. Of course, it's rigged. It's rigged. I'm Las Vegas. I get the first pick, and it's Cam Thomas. Because think about it. You said, "Oh, I won't draft Cam Thomas because I know that's your guy." So would that be unfair if I let you get the first pick, or even I got the first pick or something, and I don't draft Cam Thomas, and then basically you just have like a player that's restricted?
See,
I could
I
not
knew. I
draft.
knew what I was doing. I'm playing
Theoretically,
mind games with you.
theoretically, I could have not drafted Cam Thomas until the 15th pick
Right.
because you said you wouldn't draft him. But
Vegas.
I'm gonna be an honorable man, but still be Vegas.
Not living by your name.
I'll take Cam Thomas up front because I could have played you by your own rules of this draft.
You
But
could have.
so while you think about that second pick and what you want to do with it, or your first overall pick, second pick in the first NBA expansion draft of 2023 with two
Yep.
new teams. So what we did was me and Rich went along and looked through every NBA team, and we made this NBA spreadsheet together. It's it's very vast, and it's who we thought what team would pick their eight. Their eight are protected, and the rookies are also protected. Different pods actually played by different rules. I'm sorry I drafted Cam Thomas. I didn't want to bury the lead. The whole point of this thing was to draft Cam Thomas and get his own team. Let's be real here. I want to be
Yep.
real to the audience. But look it. So for Bill Simmons pod, they wanted to keep it kind of clever and do it one from each NBA team. So as soon as you draft Quentin Grimes, you can no longer draft Miles McBride or anything else. No one can. It's off limits. Which that's cool. They did a fun little niche thing, but I think in a real NBA expansion draft that would not actually be the case. Um, right here with the Down the Dunk pod, they included rookies, which I wasn't a big fan of. So, off of that. And then Sam Vecini's Game Theory pod, which was last night, was rookies, and it was one play. So it was both of the rules combined. So they they're doing different things with it. We're going to do a real NBA expansion draft. Maybe it's not real, but it's top 8 players protected and rookies protected. So this is like the real gristle of the NBA. You really got to be a hoop head, and each team looks different. Let me get back to that. Each team looks very different. First round picks look way different. This guy drafted Micic, who has never even played an NBA minute before. It's very interesting. He's technically a rookie, but they included rookies and stuff. Bill Simmons drafted Kenrich Williams, was number 1 overall pick.
That's nasty.
Usman Garuba, that was last night. When I seen that, I was like, that's pretty interesting. Usman Garuba's your number 1 overall pick to start a franchise. All right, do you, bro? But what I'm going to do is Cam Thomas. Some would call me crazy. So who's going to call you crazy for this second pick or your first overall?
Man, this is tough.
I mean, you should have had your first pick in mind because you knew who I was picking first overall.
I think I'll take Christian Wood as my first overall pick.
Christian Wood.
Yeah, I'll take Christian Wood.
Whoa. Holy cow. Christian Wood going first. I'm actually baffled.
Because I think he can get a lot of buckets on a team if he's by himself. If he needs to be the top dog, I think he can get buckets.
That's a good point.
And we've seen that.
We thought about that with Andre Drummond. Remember, we wanted to we didn't know if Andre Drummond, and we made him the 8th man in. But if he was the 9th man, it actually gives you a question like, do I just take Drummond because he's gonna grab 15 and 15 a night and stat pad and kind of just be something on my brand new team? I like that. I do. I think. Let me double check if this is here, and it is. I'm going to go with my second overall pick. The 2 Kings of New York, Cam Thomas and Quentin Grimes, are the backcourt of the future. Now, who are you? You like that?
I like that. I wanted Grimes.
That's bananas. I can't believe
I wanted Grimes.
Yo, bro, you blew my mind with that Christian Wood. I'm not gonna lie. Like we discussed this whole thing, but we never. That's why I tried to get it out of you early, try to see you about a sleeper. You haven't discussed anything with me, so I'm befuddled. He wasn't even on my list because I figured I don't even know. Damn. Well, he wasn't on my top 5 power forwards at least. That was my top 5 draftables, but.
Wow, Quentin Grimes. Okay.
Where are you going with this?
Quentin Grimes. I'm gonna go with. Let's take Kevin Porter Jr.
KPJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take Kevin Porter Jr. I don't really like his game, but he's got a lot of talent. They
were actually teammates.
They were.
In Houston.
Yep.
So you're getting a little chemistry
there. Yeah, they have the chemistry there.
They probably were like, yo, bro, these guys don't know anything. We could have been cooking.
I just feel like he does some wild stuff sometimes, but he's got a bunch of talent. If he can just put it together with some consistency.
Right.
Could be something.
Okay. So I'm going to take – I don't know if I'm going to regret this. But I'm going to go with it. Jonathan Isaac.
It's not a bad pick if he stays healthy.
I'm going to go with Jonathan Isaac. Let me go over to the Magic and cross him off.
That's really been the only question with him is his health. He's a great defender.
He's an amazing defender, generational defender. Some would say. I've definitely heard people say that, and like he really is a difference maker.
He
He
is.
stretches the floor, and ironically, at least he's like motivated and dedicated.
Right.
It's a little. He might be a little out there and not very like normal under the modern circumstances,
Hmm.
but like let him cook. If he plays basketball, he plays basketball. He's not hurting nobody.
Right.
All right, so where are you going? Third round,
All
third.
right.
Oh, it's not third pick. Second pick.
No, what's my third pick, right?
Oh yeah, third round, third pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Second pick in the third round of the draft.
Yep.
To be technical, but yeah, your third
So
pick.
we got and I'm gonna take Chris Duarte. Add some 3-point shooting to my team.
Chris Duarte. All right, let's head on over to where is he? The Kings now?
He is. Just got traded there.
Yeah. All right, Chris Duarte is off the board.
I do need some height on my team, though. That's the problem.
So with the 4th overall pick, I'm gonna take Kelly Olynyk.
The tenacious rebounder.
The tenacious rebounder. Kelly Olynyk is going to be my 4th pick. I think he's a great passer. He's going to bring you consistency. He brings you shooting. He sets great screens. He's not the best defender, but he's a smart defender, communicates. I like Kelly O.
Okay. I'm gonna take Bol Bol.
Bol.
I'm gonna take Bol Bol. I'm gonna take a chance on Bol Bol.
Bol, 4th overall pick. I love it. Not 4th overall. I'm tweaking. All right. So with my 5th pick, I've seen some drafts take small forwards higher than him, but I really value him. I mean, he's kind of like a power forward 4-3 combo, but I'm going to take Najee Marshall.
Ooh.
Off the New Orleans Pelicans.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick right there.
Thank you. Oh, we got to do Phoenix, too. I got to cross off Bol.
So I got Christian
Wood. All right, Bol is off the list.
So I got Kevin Porter Jr., Chris Duarte, Christian Wood, Bol. Maybe I'm gonna be biased here, but I'm gonna take Marcus Morris Sr. I'm gonna see what he can do. I really like what he did with the Celtics. Hasn't done a whole lot with the Clippers, but let's see what he can do with the Supersonics.
Where in the world is Marcus Morris Sr.?
I thought he was with wasn't he with the Clippers right last?
Yeah. I didn't know if I put him down in a free agent. I forget if he's on his last year. I think he is.
Yeah, I don't know what his contract situation is looking like.
All right, so off the board we'll go Jackson Hayes.
It's a good pick.
I'm going to take Jackson Hayes. I still am not even sold if Kelly Olynyk might even be the starting center or the backup center with Jackson Hayes. I wasn't too sure, but I knew I had to grab a big, and I was almost convinced you would pick Kelly Olynyk for some reason.
No, I don't even have him on my list right here.
All right, see?
I don't even have him on my list.
That's what makes this so fun, is the fact that we could go back to this and see that Kenrich Williams, Quentin Grimes were first-round overalls. Vasily Micic, I know the last name. I can't pronounce his first name yet. Kevin Porter Jr., it was a first-round pick. Jalen Johnson, who still hasn't been picked, and same with Garuba. Like, you're going to get a crapshoot, and this is what's so fun about the expansion drafts, is kind of nobody's right, and it's your own little thing, and it's a niche team that you would build out of these scrap guys. It's such a fun concept, and this is why we're replicating it. And who is your sixth man?
Sixth man. You know what? I'm gonna go with Jalen Noel.
Jalen Noel. I love that pick.
Gets buckets on his own. He could definitely be sixth man of the year.
He could be.
Create his own shot. I like it.
Where is he?
What is it? How many players are on the roster? 15?
Oh yeah, Jalen Noel's a free agent, so he's gonna be in the free agent pool.
Oh yeah, 15.
Oh, he's at the bottom. There he is. Yep, Jalen Noel crossed off. All right, man. I should have took a Sharpie to help me cross off some stuff over here.
Yeah, that's what I got.
So right now, I feel like I'm pretty good with my guard situation where I could kind of wait it out. I feel like I'm covered with my bigs for a little bit too. So I'm gonna potentially reach right now,
and
I'm not too sure how far I should be reaching on this. But I'm gonna get Trendon Watford.
Okay. Certainly has potential. That's a good pick. He's young.
He's coming to the Nets this season. And potentially he already would be playing with Cam Thomas. So I'm going to pull Trendon Watford over.
It's all about making Cam Thomas comfortable.
It's about making Cam Thomas comfortable.
We're not worried about anything else.
I might potentially draft David Duke Jr. with my 15th pick because that's his boy on the Nets.
Yep.
They both play in the G League together, and they just cook. They each drop like 20 a night. All right, luckily I have a marker next to me. I'm gonna cross some names off. And I might get a little wild and then start putting positions too, just so we could kind of put some positions and get a roster around our heads.
Okay.
All right, then we got that. And maybe some 5.
Let's see.
Najee Marshall. And Trendon Watford. So I guess he could play some minor small forward.
So it's my 7th pick now.
7th pick.
And I'm going to take TJ McConnell.
Oh, man.
TJ McConnell with my point guard off the bench.
That's who I wanted. Oh, I just put McConnell. I got so excited. That was my next pick.
I was thinking about.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about some shooting guards, but I'll take a point guard for now.
Oh, that's such a great pick, bro. I love it.
There's still a lot of shooting guards on the board here.
Yeah, there's a lot of flexibility at the 2.
Yeah, for me, so I'm not too worried about it just yet.
All right, so if I can't get TJ McConnell, I gotta do it, and I gotta take Jose Alvarado.
Okay, that was a good pick. I thought about getting him too.
Maybe it was a little reactive because you wouldn't pick a point guard back to back.
Right.
But I just gotta have him. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have Jose Alvarado. I can't leave him off the board this long. 8th pick.
So with that, I'll take Doug McDermott.
Ooh.
Take Doug McDermott. Get some shooting.
Did I spell Dougie's last name?
Yeah, did you
Where
leave?
is he on this list?
Where's the R?
Or is he still on the Spurs?
Is he still on the Spurs?
Yeah. Dermot. All right. I got it. I spelled it right.
Okay.
All right.
So
Oh
that's
yeah, I
my
gotta cross
R.
him off. What am I doing? I'm slacking out here, Rich. You gotta slap me
Jeez.
up for this.
Yeah, I can't do the spreadsheet. This is too much
Yeah, I
for
know
me.
it's a little blurry on the phone because that's where you're streaming from, but yeah, I got this. So
So you got the
next,
9th pick.
so I got 2 point guards. I could do something at shooting guard, and I think I'm gonna take Reggie Bullock,
Okay.
a real NBA player. All right, who you going with? 9th.
I'm gonna take Darius Baisley.
Okay, I like that pick. I like it because that's a good risk pick. You know, it's just a good athlete, and if you have stuff around him, I think he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I need another forward, so figured I'd go with him. I like his game. I like how he played with the Thunder.
Yeah, he hustles. He's really long. He has active hands, quick feet. Good next to Christian Wood. Now that I'm looking at your team and Kevin Porter Jr., you want guys that maybe he didn't reach his offensive ceiling and everyone thought he could potentially be a star wing or something.
Right
But
now, he'll have a
he's
more
still a
more of
great
an
athlete.
opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. He has a little bit of an opportunity, but he's going to have to fit in and be a role guy next to KPJ and Christian Wood. He's going to have to use all of his defensive toolbox. All right,
Sure.
so for me, again, I got to get a wing. I'm going to go with Jalen McDaniels. I feel like Jalen McDaniels is the forgotten McDaniels brother, even though there's only 2 of them. And that's where he's going to go. I think he's in Toronto right now. Yeah.
Did he get traded? Yeah, he did get traded.
He got traded or a sign and trade or free agent. Something happened to where he's in Toronto at the moment. 10th pick. Clock's a ticking.
Man. Kind of stuck here. I'm gonna take another pacer. I'm gonna go with Aaron Nesmith.
Okay.
He looked good. He looked good with Indiana last year.
He started 60 games, shot well.
Was horrible with Boston.
What position does he play? Is he a small forward?
I think I'm either shooting guard or small forward.
Shooting guard, small forward.
I think so.
All right. And then Jalen McDaniels is like damn. Yeah, I gotta shrink this a little bit. It's not fitting right. There we go. All right, 11th pick. Wow, this is tough.
That's what I mean. Like now I really got to think about it.
I mean, I got a good list. Like it's tough because I still like guys. Pause.
Yeah, me too.
This is Cam Thomas energy. I'm sorry.
We got some good-looking guys on this team.
No homo. Yo. All right. So yeah, I gotta cross off Jose Alvarado. All right. So to be honest, I think I'm gonna go with an enforcer here. I'm gonna take Grayson Allen off the board.
Ugh.
Grayson shot incredible from 3. I hate him on the Bucks, but at the same time, if a motherfucker tries to step up and do something dirty to Cam Thomas, best believe we got a guy willing to get a suspension on this roster. And we have Grayson Allen. He's that dirty grit wild card. And that's what we're going to go with. If Reggie Bullock is not feeling it, going through a little ankle trouble, something's going on, we got Grayson Allen coming off, backing up Quentin Grimes.
And I've never heard you say anything positive about Grayson Allen, so I'm kind of surprised by this pick.
You know, it was a wild card, and that's what the Las Vegas Wild is all about, and our mascot is Charlie Day because he's the wild card.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
We're gonna have him as Green Man.
You got
Green
it.
Man is our logo. Is our mascot. Our mascot is Green Man, and we're the Wild.
You got him out there singing at the halftime show.
He's doing the musical.
Singing Day Man.
Day Man.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
You won't get this anywhere else, folks. 11th pick.
11th pick. All right. Probably need a center. I'm gonna surprise you with this one. I'm gonna go with Jericho Sims.
Jericho Sims.
Go with
You
Jericho
actually
Sims.
did surprise me.
The high flyer.
Jericho Sims. Man, when I seen him in Summer League, I was telling people, I'm like, yo, this dude's like built different. He looks like an action figure, but in like in person. Like I swear to God, but he's so wide. When he sets a screen, like that's a real screen.
And his athleticism is crazy too.
Yeah, he's a crazy athlete, that's for sure. But he's like wicked wide shoulders and sets incredible screens, boxes out. I mean, that's why he does what he does, but he doesn't got much finesse.
Yeah, that's why I picked him, because I feel like, he's still young, a lot of room for improvement, but we're a rebuilding team anyway, so
I like that.
I'll go with it.
All right, so if we're gonna do this, I got a Kelly Olynyk, and I think I could do some matchup lineups where this could actually work out, and I'm gonna take Precious Achua.
Okay, that's a really good pick. Didn't think about that one. That was a good pick.
Spell his last name?
Achui.
Oh, I added an A. Precious Achua. He's gonna probably be like a power forward center. All right, 12th pick. I want to say, no pod has ever gone 15 deep on an expansion draft, and we're about to do it.
Different. I'm gonna go with I'm probably gonna say his name wrong, but I'll go with Svi Mykhailiuk.
Svi Mykhailiuk.
There you go.
All right, I like that.
I like his game.
All right. I was thinking about drafting Svi, or at least putting him in my top for the wing position. How the hell do you spell this thing?
It's MYK.
I'm reading it from right here.
I wrote it down, but
all right. So, 13th pick. 13th pick. We're gonna go with a guy. Should we do it? What should we do? Should we go for high end? Some high end talent on the backside, just in case. Yes, we are. We're gonna go with Brandon Boston Jr.
Okay. All right. So 13th pick. 13th pick.
After Svi Mykhailiuk.
I'm gonna go with Billy Hernangomez.
Okay.
He can get buckets. He's slow, but he can get buckets.
He can. I gotta do a little bit of research real quick. I gotta remember if Hey, I'm gonna take a chance here, but I'm gonna take Sasha Veznikov, who's coming over to the Kings. He was the MVP of EuroLeague, and he is not on the protected 8 on the Kings.
All right. All right, so add some athleticism to my bench. I'm gonna get Derek Jones Jr.
Okay.
I seen him at Hoop Hall, and I was like, I've been following him ever since. It's just crazy some of the stuff he can do.
He is incredible. And this one is very hard for me. It's the last pick, so I could show my hand because no matter what, it's my last pick. So you got tough guys. I think I want a big. I think I want to get a big here. I got like 3 to 4. I got 3 real centers that I see. So I think I need another power forward. Somebody solid, but somebody who's like a vet too. I was thinking about Rocco, maybe a little Hayward Highsmith, Paul Reed, Obi Toppin, Nick Batum.
Not Obi Toppin. Not Obi Toppin.
Not Obi Toppin. Nick Batum even.
Yep,
Nick Batum
Batum.
could, slide and play multiple positions.
He's on my list.
There's Kenny Lofton Jr. Who knows what he could be, right? Hey, Kenny Lofton Jr., big body Kenny. What are we doing, huh? But nothing compares to the veteran leadership and the posterizing dunks of Jeff Green. He's a vet.
Oh man, Celtics legend.
Celtics legend, Thunder legend, Nuggets legend. You name a team, he's a legend of it.
Yep.
Power forward, and maybe even a sometimes small ball 5. We're not even going to list it because it's Uncle Jeff.
All right.
I mean, there were so many picks. There were so many people. You could have bought. I mean, take your last pick and we could rant.
I'm gonna go with. I got to take a Celtic here. I'm gonna go with Sam Hauser.
Hauser.
Let me get some more shooting.
Okay, Hauser. Hauser's all of Boston.
Yep. He's all. I just got that. Tommy Heinsohn is a wild man.
R.I.P. Tommy Heinsohn, bro.
Man.
All right, I gotta downsize this. But in reality, this is it. This is the final team, the roster construction.
I like my squad.
I like your squad. First pick,
squad.
Christian Wood, Kevin Porter Jr., Chris Duarte, Bol, Marcus Morris Sr., Jalen Noel, TJ McConnell, Doug McDermott, Darius Baisley, Aaron Naismith, Jericho Sims, Svi Mihailu, Willie Hernan Gomez, Derek Jones Jr., and Sam Hauser.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. I like that team. Like, you really made some good picks. And then the Las Vegas Wild star Cam Thomas.
Of course. Who
Quentin
else?
Grimes, Jonathan Isaac, Kelly Olynyk, Najee Marshall, Jackson Hayes, Trenton Watford kid, Jose Alvarado.
Should be in Boston.
He should be in Boston with a name with Trenton Watford. But Reggie Bullock, Jaden McDaniels, Grayson Allen, Precious Achua, Brandon Boston Jr., Sasha Neveznikov, and Jeff Green. Holy cow. I love our teams. I wish this could be a thing.
Right?
Why
there needs to be more teams.
Exist?
They should add 2 more. They should add 2 more teams.
2 more.
They should add 4 teams in total.
Expansion, super expansion.
Get 34 teams.
So where would you put the other 2 teams? Because we might end up doing another episode, and this team exists, and then we got to redraft from the same pool of players until we have until we're drafting literally, I don't even know who, Lamar Odom.
Lamar Odom.
We could keep expanding to 80 teams until we draft Lamar Odom. Until he's the best human being on the planet available to play basketball that day.
Who would be my first round pick if we did another draft right here?
If you did another
I don't
draft,
even know.
I know who my first round draft pick would be.
Who would that be?
I'd probably pick Jalen Johnson.
Okay.
Because that's the whole thing is I'm trying to build a team, and I got young guys that I'm kind of believing in. I got some guys who are kind of at their prime or around it. I got a couple vets. I got role guys. Jalen Johnson just doesn't kind of fit in the dream of what's happening right now.
Right.
But he could. He really could have. I could have forced it. Instead of Trenton Watford, could have took him. But I think Trenton Watford's a little bit better defensive minded. He's not as good in transition. He's better in the half court, and that's what I see with Cam Thomas. I just think you want better players in the half court, better passer, more team player.
Right.
For team construction. But Jalen Johnson would be my number one overall pick if we would do the next draft. Who would you pick?
I don't know. It's pretty slim right now. There's guys that I would pick like 10 or 15 or something. It's just crazy to think of them as a first round pick or being a leader of a team.
Kenny Lofton Jr. I mean, let's really talk about some guys that could potentially just be stars on a team just because. Like, if you could build a team around Kenny Lofton Jr., you really understand his strengths and weaknesses. You could potentially do it because that's what he's doing in the G League. Like, he's running point guard. He's doing whatever the hell he wants there.
I look at Kelly Oubre Jr. Yeah,
nobody
Kelly Oubre
drafted
Jr.
Kelly Oubre, and
I was
that dude
thinking
is
about
a bucket.
it. Yeah, I mean, he could average 25 if he was on a team by himself.
That's what I'm saying.
At least.
I could have put Kelly Oubre on this team for a bucket, but I didn't. I tried to build a real roster, and I tried to do it around stars and around cohesion.
Was Evan Fournier? Evan Fournier was not protected, right?
No, but I wouldn't take Evan Fournier. He can't even play.
I don't know why they don't play him. I mean, has a great shot.
He does.
I don't understand what they're doing. I don't understand what they're doing with him. I mean, he's a really good 3-point shooter. I didn't like him with the Celtics, but
I think they're trying to just dangle him as trade bait for so long that he got stale, and he probably got mad.
I'd be mad too.
You're like, yeah, we're on the trade block. 8 months later, you're still on the trade block. Like, he got a family. He's from France.
And they traded Rose. They traded Cam Reddish. You thought he was definitely going to be traded too.
Nope. So they've still got one in the chamber, You never know who they can make a move on. Maybe a Siakam, something like that.
Right.
I don't know. Definitely could go for a big. I know they probably want Embiid, but they don't know how to do it. And Philly might just blow up on its own. So that might be Joel Embiid's way out.
James Harden. He's not playing another game in that uniform.
That was wild. He said some nut shit.
I can't believe he said that.
Yeah, me neither. So wait, who would your first pick be?
I think it would be Kelly Oubre Jr.
It would be Kelly Oubre?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we're not going to win any games. We're going to go 0-82, but he's going to average probably 30 points a game.
Yeah.
Just about.
I'm upset I didn't pick Lonzo Ball. I thought I was going to in the Grayson Allen spot, but I actually wanted to get a player that could play. I really like Lonzo, and I hope he could play again. I wouldn't want to torture the kid to make him play basketball, though, if he can't even walk upstairs and really,
right.
His knee's really donezo like that. He's like, no jokes. Like, if he's actually kind of like handicapped now, he can't even go upstairs. You're just taking elevators and lifts and taking ramps and shit because you really can't, like, I definitely don't want to have him on my roster because he can't actually play NBA basketball.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking about it. We're big Lonzo Ball fans. But
we are big Baller Brand fans.
We don't know if he'll ever play in the NBA.
I could have took Jello Ball from he was on a G League roster last season, so.
Yep. We're the 4th and 5th Ball brothers. So
we are the 4th and 5th Ball brothers. Chuma Okeke could have got taken. Didn't get taken. I was thinking about taking Chuma.
I was thinking about Ayo Dosunmu.
Oh yeah, Ayo Dosunmu. Right, another Bulls point guard. Like,
I feel like he could definitely be a backup point guard. I mean, he's the starting point guard, but he could definitely be a backup point guard on the squad that we have.
Gary Payton
or a starting point guard.
I thought about getting GP2.
Once you took TJ McConnell,
I was like, all right, what do? I either take GP2 or Jose Alvarado. And Jose Alvarado's got a way better shot. And, like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's better offensively. He's definitely better offensively than Payton II is.
My team is built for, like, buckets from the guards positions. So, yeah, I'd much rather have Jose Alvarado running the ship. And he's also got the Najee Marshall connection. there's things going on. There's Jackson Hayes. I got a little bit of some Pelicans on my
Yep.
team.
Right.
I got who else? Is there any correlations with your team?
Well, I had the Christian Wood and Kevin Porter Jr. were my first
Yep.
two.
Oh yeah. Your first two picks were correlation.
I got T.J. McConnell and Doug McDermott. They both, or McDermott used to play for the Pacers.
Yep, both Pacers.
Aaron Nesmith.
T.J. McConnell,
he's
Doug
another
McDermott.
Pacer.
You know they're both Pacers.
Yep. Who else?
And Naismith, yeah, you got that.
Yep. Hauser and Hauser was the only Celtic I picked. Well, Nesmith was a former Celtic.
Yep, Nesmith and Hauser technically.
Yeah, I had a couple there.
Yeah, this was pretty fun.
It was.
I didn't know who you were gonna pick, but all I know is this Excel spreadsheet took me 3 days to make.
Yep.
I swear. I mean, it over a span of like 5 days, but really like actually putting in work and sitting in and doing it, filling in every single name, discussing who's gonna come in and out. It's a big thing. So here we are. We finally reached the final 15. Do you have any last words, Rich?
I don't think my team would be the worst in the league.
Right? That's how I'm feeling.
Like, I really like my team. I think, I'm not saying we're making the playoffs, but we're not going to be 30. I can see like.
Well, you're in the West.
So. Yeah, so we're not making the playoffs, but like overall, maybe like 26th, 27th overall out of all the teams. Mm-hmm. And work our way, get a high draft pick.
I'm realizing you really prioritize like guards and wings early.
I did. I focused on the shooting a lot.
Yeah, you took Christian Wood, who's a big, and then from there on, you like focused on wings. Besides like Bol, because Bol is just kind of a who knows what pick.
Right.
He plays every position on the court anyway. He does what he wants.
But I have a lot of shooting. Like I got McDermott.
Yeah, you got Duarte, KPJ. I mean, KPJ's, I believe his set 3-point percentage on set shots is 44%. Like,
yep.
The dude's nuts. He's strapped up. Jalen Noel could shoot. T.J. McConnell, McBuckets, Naismith, Mahailu.
I don't know how much Hauser's going to play, but
yeah,
got Hauser too.
Right. I mean, 15th man on the roster. It's kind of crazy.
He'll be a fan favorite out there.
But there isn't an NBA roster that would have Jeff Green as the 15th man.
Right?
That's the way I see it. So even Jeff Green, I'm getting value from him being that late in the roster. There's even trade potential from here, too, because you got to realize, like, after this, we're real teams. So we have draft picks. You could have potentially drafted some people for that reason. We did not draft D'Angelo Russell. He wasn't even mentioned, and I was waiting for you to mention him.
These chips.
You know, feel how you want to feel, but he's worth a $31 million contract. And he's a trade asset, which I also tried to put into perspective here with this draft. But for the most part, I think I saved a lot of money, and I'm not really over my cap. If there were to be a cap on this, no one's really paid that much money. Jonathan Isaac might be the highest paid player on my team.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he is. So it's like my team's good. KPJ has maybe one of the best contracts in the league. Technically, no one wants to actually give him that credit because no one thinks he's a point guard for Houston. Houston sucks. But, I mean, what he's getting paid and what he actually does on the court, I don't know. It doesn't match up. But Christian Wood, he's like teams are offering the minimum and he doesn't want to take it, so no one wants to sign him. So, like, what's his real contract? You know, what do you really pay him? Maybe you guys, since he is a free agent, can give him the type of deal he wants since you're starting a new team.
Yeah, he definitely deserves more than what he's gotten.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think he definitely provides more value, and he's gotten played on minutes and how they use him and everything else. So you got Christian Wood. What's your starting lineup?
So I'll probably have KPJ as my 1. Duarte as my 2. Then I would have. Hmm. I'll probably put Marcus Morris as my 3. I don't know because both Christian Wood and Bol Bol aren't really centers. I don't know. They're not true centers because Bol Bol doesn't really play like a center.
Right.
So I don't know. I guess I would have to keep. I would keep Wood and Bol Bol in my starting lineup too, and then
So it's Bol like at the 4, Wood at the 5, something like that, or Bol at the 5,
yeah,
interchangeably.
I would think so. Yeah, I'm not really
Okay.
sure who would actually be the 4 or the 5,
Right.
but
All right. So you got Bol, Christian Wood, and then at the 3 is Marcus Morris Sr.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that'll work out. I just really like Marcus Morris Sr.
And then you got Duarte at the 2 and Porter at the 1.
Yep.
All right. I could see how that could work. Potentially. It's just they're lacking a lot of size. That team's skinny.
They are.
So we got with my starting lineup would be Cam Thomas at the point, Quentin Grimes at the 2, Najee Marshall at the 3, Jonathan Isaac at the 4, and I believe I'm doing Kelly Olynyk as starting.
And then maybe switch Hayes off once in a while.
Yeah. Depending on matchups and how I really see how this unit gels, then maybe Jackson Hayes would start. Maybe Trenton Watford would start over Najee Marshall if Najee Marshall's better with the second unit. There's definitely some things you could do because Trenton Watford could play down to the 3. Like he's cool. I don't know if you watched much of the Blazers last year, but he does a bunch of stuff and he's huge. He's like 6'9".
Yep. That the fast break with him and Shaden Sharp is crazy.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, so that's kind of what I got. Reggie Bullock can come in. You know, Quentin Grimes might get hurt, rest day. I still kind of get what I get from Quentin Grimes from Reggie Bullock a little bit. Some tough defense, some 3-point shooting, set 3-point shooting at that. Yeah, I just think you needed to get a real big.
Yeah, I didn't really get it. I mean, I think Jericho Sims is a real big, but he hasn't. I don't know how much he's going to play.
Jericho Sims is 6'9". He just is like a door.
Yeah, he plays like a big man. He's just a little undersized.
He's a little undersized, and then you got Willie Hernangomez, who's a decent big.
But he's not going to. I don't know how much he'll play too, because he's just so slow. I don't know how well he can defend. I mean, he can score, but
Baisley maybe a little bit at the small ball 5.
Yeah, I really think the small
if
team.
You have to. Derek Jones Jr. I've seen in super small lineups.
Yep.
Where he plays bigger.
Yeah, I picked like a Rockets lineup or something.
Yeah, you definitely went like.
I focused on wings and shooting.
You're all about small ball, offensive bigs that don't play defense.
It's all right. Defense has never been my strong suit.
You know, right?
And shooting and hustling has. That's it.
More offense. Whenever they say less defense, you just go more offense.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so we're going to hold on to these rosters. I'm going to still save this. And we're going to see. Maybe we might pick 2 new teams before we go. If we were to pick where it would be located, where would you want to put your expansion team? Presumably, if they do these 2, right, then I believe one team has to go east, and I think it would be the Grizzlies. So going by that, the Grizzlies would be in the east, so then it would be...
So I have to pick a team that's from the east or the west?
No, I'm saying it's even again, so don't go off the premise that the west is overloaded with the Supersonics and Wild, and you have to do one in the east, but I'm saying it would be like if they added 2 more or whatever.
Right. I think it'd be cool to see a team in Connecticut.
Where? Hartford?
Put it in Windsor. I don't have to go anywhere. No.
Windsor. Oh, all right.
Put it in Windsor. I don't know where the hell they would put it. Yeah, I guess Hartford. Hartford
See.
would make the most sense.
Your team would be in Hartford.
Yeah, no one would come. It's all right. Make no money.
So you're gonna have the Hartford Wolfpack.
Hartford Wolfpack. Yep. They had a professional hockey team.
No, I know
They had the Hartford Whalers.
They had the Hartford Whalers, and now they got the minor league Hartford Wolfpack. All right, so that's.
They should put one in Springfield, the birthplace of basketball. But
All right, so your new expansion team, and then
you should put one. You should put one in Iowa.
should put one. I was thinking about it, but I want something to. I want the Philly fans to actually have a good rivalry. So I'm gonna do
Oh, okay.
Pittsburgh. Because if you think about it, they have an NFL team, Pittsburgh Steelers, Pittsburgh Pirates. They got baseball. Pittsburgh Penguins. They have
Yep.
NHL. NBA, Pittsburgh what? Nothing. Now we got a Pittsburgh team. And it's going to be the Pittsburgh Armor, which was the Springfield Armor. That was the professional team that was in Springfield, Mass., the birthplace of basketball. And now we don't have one. We lost it. So
Making the
Springfield
connections.
Armor. I'm gonna pay some homage to Springfield, but I'm gonna put it somewhere where I think it actually would work. And I put it in a sports town. You still have it black and yellow, cool armor, knight shit. You know what I'm saying? Your mascot's like a knight. It could be really cool. Pittsburgh Armor. Nah, but I jokingly said it was the Hartford Wolfpack. Do you want that or?
No, the Wolfpack sounds good to me.
There are the Timberwolves. Would you like that rivalry? Would you like that beef? As soon as you enter the league, where there's the Minnesota Timberwolves and then the Hartford Wolfpack, would they allow that?
I don't care. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it happen.
You're gonna do it?
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen.
All right.
I like the name.
They're a dog shit ownership anyway. Look at what they've done.
They're surrounding Anthony Edwards with Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert.
Imagine
hundreds of millions of dollars.
We have to make a great basketball team, and you pick a guy named Karl.
This is what they're doing with Michael Jordan's son.
Oh my God, Michael Jordan's son.
Do you really want to
win? It's bad
win?
enough they fumbled it with the first kid. He even got drafted by the Bulls. I mean, he's brought the Heat to the finals twice.
Yep.
Butler's been going through it, being the first son. So hopefully his second son could actually do something special.
His second son's the real deal, but
his second son is the real deal.
Not with the team he has.
I like the fact that he changed his number from 1 to 5. And then he's like, I'm a scorer in a new interview. And it's just screaming like, yo, y'all pay Rudy like 40, 50 million. You give Cat like 30, 40 million. Like, I'm still on my rookie deal. And you're talking about I'm the leader. And he's like, I'm taking off this number 1. I don't want you guys to look at me like I'm the number 1 out. Like, nothing associated with it. I'm going back to 5. I'm back to me. I'm not your star savior of the Timberwolves and this dog shit franchise has never really had anything but Kevin Garnett and an MVP trophy and maybe one playoff win. Like,
give it to Gobert since you're giving him all that money. Give the number 1 to Gobert.
Right. Exactly. Save that number for him since he's a $50-60 million man by the end of his deal. But all right, folks. We're headed out of here for real this time. If we do another expansion draft, you're going to see the Pittsburgh Armor against the Hartford Wolfpack. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Peace.
See ya.